Hello and welcome. This is Divine Sunshine and this is Divine Unisouls. Don't worry, it's not any kind of spirit you're seeing. Although this is full moon, I have my sage burning and my incense burning. All burning all at the same time, and so it's making it extra smoky, but it's giving that nice effect as well. I forgot with my iPad I can't do it looking at me. I gotta look over here. I forgot this is the old time, so I'm looking directly at you as I'm talking. So it's interesting. So I wanted to just tap in just very quickly. I haven't been on here in a while, and I was like, okay, it's the moon, we know, is got that Pisces, it's in full moon and that as well. And just in my cheat sheet looking at Pisces sign, that means that we are again coming into fullness and awareness of using our artistic characteristics, being charitable, creative, dedicated, a dreamer, humble, imaginative, impressionable, idealistic, introvert, mystical, peaceful, serious, spiritual, and timid. But we're also dealing with the shadow of being careless, escapist, and indecisive. So with these full moon energies coming in, what jumped off for me was dreamer, how we are now finding new ways to me, especially the full moon is drawing in and coming into full fold, the things that we have dreamed, how we are able to, why you turn off, I guess because I didn't find an actual thing to play, how we are being able to dream those dreams, how maybe even having contact with our spirit guides or ancestors, or even our connected to our counterpart as well, has found ways to contact us through our dreams, and really is telling us about things that we should be aware of. And also charitable, it's about how we're giving. To me, that jumped off to me is like a giving of our time, giving of our space, giving of our energy, they're saying, as well. Like everybody is, we're not finding ways in which we're seeing how we can be more of service to others and things, but we also are kind of watching as well as not to be careless with the things that we are investing in. Impressionable, really using the state, if I kind of use myself as a guide to it, which would be impressionable about watching the things that we are letting in make an impression on us. Really looking and seeing about, does that really resonate? And then some things about the impression is making sure that, you know, when you're doing that, that means you're being molded too, as well. But and definitely when we talk about Pisces, we know out of all the signs that's very in Aquarius, very being, but Pisces is the one most likely that we're talking about being more at spiritual, bringing things together, and this really being a state of being. And when I think of spiritual, I think about more so about continuing on with the divine feminine energies and seeing how, again, how we're being and how we're allowing our divine masculine energies pushing us out there, and making sure that it's aligning and finding that balance within ourselves to be able to move on the things that we're dreaming about, but at the same time getting more, I believe we're getting even more clarity even through the spirit as to how we should be able to go about doing that. And I know Kate Moon has said that, and there's a couple of other ones that I've watched even on YouTube, has stated that at this time, like if we're taking a stance on something, all of these energies as are coming along, if it's something we're revisiting or something that has not been kind of going the way we want to, these are really the times to go ahead and take a stance on, and the universe will support you in doing that very thing that you might be having a hard time to, but you saying, you know what, no, this is wrong. They should be doing X, Y, and Z. Or no, this is wrong. They had my car for a long period of time, and you know, I'm going to make this phone call and say, hey, where's my car at? Because I need my car. And the universe is like, you know, making sure that that's happening. Maybe before hand you had did that and they told you it was XYZ that was going on with your car, and they was like, okay, we're fixing it, we're finding the parts, we're waiting for a part from here to come in, it just hasn't came in yet, and they've been giving you the runaround. And now with the energies now here, if they had your car for a long period of time, just using the example, now it should be able to kind of move things. Once you tell the energy, say, no, it is it, this is it, I stand as much as I can stand, I can't stand anymore, something's got to move and something's got to give. And so this is where we'll be supported from the energies to be able to do so. All right, so we have to, one of the things there, the escapism. I think, again, we got to watch the conversation that we're doing, that we're trying to find excuses to not going ahead and move through these energies. No, it's not good. No, that's all right. You know, come excuses for it. Well, they had 100-degree weather. I can understand. Who wants to work on cars in the heat? You know, coming up with all different kinds of things instead of making people really go ahead and show up for you, that you need them in the way that you need them to, and just coming up with excuses. So to me, when I say escapism, is like giving people an out when they don't deserve an out, or even giving yourself an out when you don't deserve an out. It's like, okay, no, keep on pushing until you get somewhere. And I'm trying to say, and indecisiveness, and because that escapism kind of brings on the indecisiveness, because a lot of times I know I've had Pisces friends, and I've had, my mom is a Pisces, and a lot of times I can see them, you know, they'll tell me they're taking a stance on something, and the next minute I know they didn't talk themselves out of that, and the other fish, I call it, oh, the other fish is won. And it's caused it to say, okay, we were going left, now I didn't talk myself to go right, you know. And so it's like, well, what happened? We had this long hour conversation about you, why you should go left. You was told me why you was going left, and now I had this conversation with you now a day later, and now you saying, no, I'm going right now. Okay. So you really wasted maybe an hour of me talking to you when you're going right back to pedal. So it's just, again, in that Pisces energy, you've got to watch how you might kind of talk yourself out of things. Okay, so now let's look and see from the spirits, divine things. That's what I kind of pick up from that energies when I read that. What's going on? Clear. What's the energies that this blue moon, this super blue moon, is bringing to us? Ooh, went right straight on up here. Thinking man. Okay, and it is to me, when I'm seeing here in our masculine energies, that means how we're moving about, making things happen, getting things, moving things physically out there in the outer. How it is that we got to get crystal clear. I told you about that. That jumped off this my little cheat sheet here, where the Pisces energies, when you're talking about in the shadow, that indecisiveness, where you're talking, we're going to left, whole hour conversation on the phone, we doing this, call 24 hours, maybe less than 24 hours now, the next day we going right. When did this happen? So again, it's really getting, this energy is getting really super hyper focused in on, I see two columns here, which to me is the foundation. What is our foundation? What is it that we get, our dreams? What do we got to do to make sure we lay in this foundation to make these things happen, to actually occur, and have that masculine energies go ahead and bring it forth? Because now we've gotten really crystal clear as we're looking at things as to where we need to go. And I believe through this, and it's interesting that they're using the crystals here, which to me represents the spirituality, which is the spirit that's going to help bring you a lot of clues, a lot of things, as to when, because like with me, I'll even say in my life, I had something to do with a business, and I was like, people that were trying to talk to me and help me and give me advice on it, and I was like, that don't resonate with me. Spirit ain't telling me to call or contact this person now, so I ended up kind of not telling the truth to this person like I had already contacted. And I was like, you know what, it's not really in your business. I move when Spirit tells me to move. And so I was like, okay, I'll move, because they had told me what's the right time to call this person, what's the right time to contact them, and they'll be open to this dialogue and this conversation. And so that's because Spirit was telling me, and I did, and it did come out with a win-win, because when I talked to the person, it's like, listen, I could talk to you in the next 24 hours. Here's my time. Here's my appointment. Let's do a Zoom. Let's talk about this. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. So my thing is, I believe that if I would have went against what Spirit had told me and contacted them a week before, I would not have had that open ear, or that person would have been open-hearted to the conversation. I would have just I sent them an email, and I would have got the response via email, just answering my questions, bam, 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 but not actually the one-on-one that I got conversation with. This person's higher up in the organization and took time to talk to me and say, no, let me clarify some things on these questions that you're asking. So this is again, however, when I look at this, I see this plumage here. Okay. And that's that black from the crow to me, feathers of a crow. Crow to me, when I see it, it's different for everybody else, but when I see it, it means negative thinking. Okay. A lot of times, because sometimes to me, when I hear crows, they're barking, they're making those little sounds. I call barking, but it's not barking. They're making the little sounds. Sometimes it can be kind of like irritating. You're like, oh my God, okay, early morning, and you're like, okay, calling, thank you. And so sometimes that kind of gets a little, it works on you. So to me, it's that thinking to that point. It's like, oh my God, I'm nauseated. You're even making my own self sick with all of these thoughts and these things, and you're just going on and on and on about the same situation and thing. And so this is what it is. It got the number 46, which means getting grounded in it, 6 in love, and being willing, because of the thoughts and the things that are being brought to you, to start all over again. So when we're looking at the feminine energies here, we see that clear. Spirit wants this energies that we have with this full moon and how it's affecting our divine feminine energies. Okay, got a little bit here. I'm gonna say this one, but this was sticking out. That's a book. In our feminine energies, and I've had that before, sometimes it's not all of them. In our feminine energies, quite a bit, but they are bringing us, we're getting some enlightenment. Okay, some enlightenment about the situation. So I read it like a story. So with this thinking man in our masculine energies, going out there, getting Spirit to guide us, get us more clearer, to change the foundation, so we can really have a sturdier foundation as far as above us. That means even in our thinking and our crown chakras, what the downloads is bringing to us, to help bring that foundation, because it's not at the bottom, but it is a connection from heaven to earth. So again, we got this foundation of the connection of both of these dimensions here as well. Is to help us to bring enlightenment, so we can understand why I chose to learn in this way. Why are the things that are coming to us to help us to shift and learn, even through our adversities, even through our challenges, are helping us even now to get a clearer point of view as to what's going on. Because that's interesting. In my school, we're learning points of view as well. Interesting enough, I've seen one of my besties sent me a video on Facebook from this guy that talks about the different chakras, and watching when you're saying affirmations, and not to keep on saying affirmations that start with I am, because he said the I am keeps you, is the root chakra, and the root chakra takes a long time when you're starting anything with the thing of saying I am. It takes a while for it to manifest. This is interesting enough. It uses the word understand, and I'd seen myself, even when I watch on videos, I use understand as a filler. Like some people say, you know what I'm saying, or somebody say, I say okay. I use a lot of understand, which I say, oh, I don't feel bad. He said that when you use I understand I am built for love. I understand that I am the best lover there is out there. I understand that love is attracting to me now. I understand that right now that my divine counterpart is making their way to me right now. So understand, he said, that's the highest level. That's from your crown chakra. Anytime you're saying I feel that I am the best out there for in this business. I feel I am the best. I feel that my good is coming to me. I feel that I am in a relationship with my divine counterpart. I feel that's coming from the heart. That was interesting enough. And he's saying from the throat chakra, I speak lovingly to other ones, because I know that my loving words will not come back to me void, and I will feel love in return. So you keeping all that up. He said that I am is just like, it just stays there, in a nice cesspool of trying to bring it forward, but try to find the ways that even if this that one subject that you have, find a way to bring it through all of the root chakras as well, all the way through. I couldn't remember what the other one, because I just shot to the upper ones. I'm on her manifest that, so again, I see, this one, I see, I forgot what it is. I know it's I understand. I don't know what the solar's creator would that would be. I don't know. So again, my phone is charging too. So it was very interesting that he said that, and I probably might go through there, and I'll try to, if I have time, to go and put that in the community tab. But that's interesting. He said, I understand. So this is from the crown. So I told you about that, downloads from the crown. So I understand why I choose to learn in this way. And so that's going to get things to moving. In your feminine energies, you have opening my heart to the experience of love is truly living. So this is also going to be you're vulnerable. They're telling me about the word vulnerable means it's going to make you porous, like you're going to be able to soak up what you need, to be open, to be porous to it too as well, to bring in the good. Still porous is, again, you're opening, but it still's got that shield to kind of, again, to filter what it is and what it is not. To me, they keep on bringing the point to saying be vulnerable, but let's not take in the poor and the needy. At the same time, it's like still have that discernment as to what is good to you. And with all the growing that you have done, you have really truly have gotten to the point that you do understand what resonates, what's good for you, what's not, as well, through these energies. So this is what's bringing, because they're saying about this indecisiveness, but remember again to rely on that spirituality too as well, and not to be so impressionable. So this goes back to this vulnerable and this impressionable, letting things imprint you that really should not be imprinting, because if it imprints you, that means that changes you, and it changes your true identity. If you're doing an imprint on something, that's seeing like if I got clay, or like back in the day, and I remember I'm looking like they're showing me like a seal, and you got this beautiful wax or whatever, and then when you put that impression or the imprint on there, that thing is sealed for life. Once air hits it, it hardens. That's how it is. It's no longer that wax there that had no impression, no nothing on there, or imprinting on some newspaper. So that's something again that you got to keep in mind when you talk about impression. That's also vulnerable, and how you're being vulnerable and you let things impress you, which cause you to change your true identity, or the way that you feel that you should be going, or as to who you are. Okay, next thing is in our spirit, in our feminine energies, is to support. So finding the support. I have faith that the universe is guiding me towards what is best for me. And so even though right now that you might be feeling in the divine feminine energies of how you're being and what you're observing, understand that the spirit is supporting you. Talked about that earlier with the crystal. I felt that again, spirit is presenting you downloads to be able to get you online with that. It says branded, and I told you I keep on feeling like an impression, like a print something on there. So branded, what other people think about me is none of my business. I choose to let it go now. So even though right now what you're going through and you're getting enlightenment, and it's kind of like, again, you're morphing, you're changing, you're really thinking about this new foundation that you are creating. Remember again that, again, no matter what other people are thinking about you, don't worry about it, because right now you are rebuilding your brand. I need to put that down. Rebuilding your brand. No, I had to write stuff down. So you are rebuilding your brand right now. This is what this energy is bringing you. It's got you to thinking about your foundation, looking and getting more clearer about things, seeing about how, again, the spirit is bringing you messages, because the crystal could always think about like crystal balls too as well. So you're thinking about your branding and you're rebranding right now. Because again, wild woman, take me or leave me. Because right now in this new energies, and once you come out of this, and what this is bringing to you, it's like, you know, you're going to take me or leave me. You know, it's the saying that they have now with the kids, again, sorry but not sorry, or unapologetically me. I'm not apologizing for me being me. I'm unapologetic right now at this point. This is what the energies is bringing, because you're in the process of branding yourself, rebranding yourself, and you're coming out the end as it says a wild woman. To me, a wild woman is like untamed, has no limits. Just like, okay, it's what zero no higher. This is it. So again, this is where you are going. The confusion that you had, I'll put it over here because it's a light card. The confusion you had experienced is, I take responsibility for my own decisions that contributed to challenging situations. That's why I say right now we're getting kind of, again, one thing that comes to mind when I hear this is that, again, listening to conversations of things that's being said to you. And really sitting up there and deciphering and saying, okay, does this really truly resonate with me? I'm also getting from this about challenging situations coming to you is helping you to get a little sharpening. They like showing me like a sharpening of a knife to really say, okay, is this really truly, this is truly helping me even through this challenge. As to me getting more crystal clear as to what, either it's like, I don't want to experience this no more, or I walked away with this having a new perspective because of this challenge, or it helped me to get a better understanding of what I am capable underneath pressure. Okay, the next thing is in your divine feminine energies is embrace my emotions, soul cleanse. I believe that, again, now some of the energies, and I can even say even with myself, that when it comes to some of the emotions now, I am not beating myself, browbeating, as they say about myself, of having that emotions. I'm allowing myself to not go and push it or to deflect it. It is now more coming into the energies of becoming one with it, feeling it, seeing where is it going. Okay, why is it showing up? It's okay for you to feel that way. You know, you are to err is to be human. Or again, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, or those things. Understand that you are spirit. That's who you are. But then you got to remember you're coming, showing up in the representative or avatar as a human. And those things are going to pop up. The thing is not to stay in it, to address it. Let it kind of flow until it kind of flows out and it doesn't exist anymore. Or address and talk it out. Do whatever it is. But the main thing they're saying is to make sure that you are honoring the emotions that you are feeling or that is coming up. Honoring it. Not pushing it. Not saying it's bad. Honoring what's happening and occurring. Okay, so you can have that soul cleanse. Because if you keep on pushing it down and you don't get, I think about my friend that's lived in the house, and and she told me about that, you know, you got the catch basement, and you know, catch basement has everything that's in there that's coming from the pipes or the drains and everything like that. I'm not a plumber, so that, but all I know is this accumulation of a lot of stuff that, you know, that's came in the house or through the piping system. And if you don't get that clean out there, it'll start to everything else. You have a backup, you know, in your basement, and it starts to overflow. If you do not address that, then that's the same thing with that. You keep on pushing the, you know, the things, the emotions down, saying I'll deal with it later, I don't feel like dealing with it now, you know, or yeah, that's just silly, that don't make any sense, I really shouldn't feel that way because, again, because I'm spiritual, and that's really a bad thought, oh my God, I'm a bad person. And you're pushing it, but you're not dealing with it. So now again, they're saying in your divine feminine energies, this energies that that's going bring it to you is about this thinking man is really thinking just in all categories about how you're thinking about your soul, how you're thinking about your emotions, how you're feeling things. Next thing is about your body talk. I am a goddess. Watch again, the body is again around this time, especially in full moons, is really allowing your body to be a antenna or a vehicle or a channel to be able to tell you what things is actually going on that you need to kind of work on and see. So, you know, again, like it's saying throat, having problems with communicating your truth, you know, those things, your body, and to remind yourself that, again, I am a goddess means, again, to address it, see what that body part means. You can look it up and Google it up, and to see what it symbolizes, what is it as far as your emotions, because your body does tell. I won't say the book about body keeps the score, because they say there's a lot of other kind of interesting things that happen with the author of that book. But again, understanding and knowing that your body, even if you keep on pushing it down and suppressing it and you're not dealing with it, your body will tell you, okay, your throat is kind of giving a little interesting little thing. Well, you're not speaking your truth. Something you haven't expressed out there that's giving some issues. So your body is going to talk and remind you about, deal with it so we could go back to being divine, or deal with it because that's a pathway of you returning to being divine. Okay. And then we have here for the divine masculine, divine feminine energies is fate. I will never forget you, my love, but I must continue on with my life. If we are meant to be, the universe will find a way. For some of us, again, we feel as if in the connection, the person is not coming along, and we're talking to a person, that they are not coming or moving the way that we think that they should because of our expectations. We need to release that, the expectations about how they're supposed to be showing up, and allow for this fate to allow things to flow and come in the manner that they should. If it is a person, place, a thing, this thing here is, again, you know, maybe we had wanted a certain type of job, it didn't come like it should, and so now we're getting pushed to say, okay, just forget it, release it and let it go, let me go ahead with life. Or again, my other saying is to be actively waiting, and then that would be able to lead you into the path that you must go as well, because you're going to allow spirit to lead you where you must go on this journey, what's going to lead you to your destiny. Okay, so now let's look into the divine masculine energies as well. With this energies, and the moon is leading us to look at what? There we go. In the divine masculine energies, these energies about us rebranding ourselves, wants us to deal in the divine masculine energies with the chaos. Okay, so we have chaos, disorganized. One thing it tells me is saying, look around your house and get rid of some things that are, again, disorganized. work on moving energy by moving things in your world to help symbolize you also moving things in the spirit. Moving things in the spirit also will help you with the chaos that is also manifesting. In other words, in your life, world, and affairs, how you're dealing with things and the connection to as well. Because there is a lot of chaos, but they're saying even in that chaos, there is a method to the madness, which means there is a reasoning behind why all these things are happening. So there might be some things kind of going wrong right now. Well, we know we got the retrograde happening too as well, and so throughout all of this chaos or all these different energies from these different planets too, there is a method to the universe's madness as to why these things are happening too, as well as in our divine masculine energies. Because again, divine masculine energy was like to just like everything happens in perfect, in decency and order, but it's not. It's like, again, you got to remember, even the world was kind of, again, they call it the Big Bang. If you go by the Big Bang theory too as well, all this chaos of these things coming together, and then you have in that vein, you also have something being created or manifested in that. So again, from coming from that, this chaos there, it's going to go, it goes back to the word again, there goes structure. Okay, maybe also another way is looking at this, that again, everything up until now has been very chaotic, and now because of the things that you've gone through, now you have a structure. You're more grounded, you're more rooted in things, because you know, again, what's good for you, you know what resonates for you, you know what's really a clear path for you. And so all of these things now start falling in line, and you start kind of going by your heart's desire, or whatever the spirit is moving you to do, or whatever you feel in your heart to say, okay, this is, because now you have a structure as in place as to what you're going to follow. So with the divine masculine energies too as well, we have leadership. So you're moving, because this is in reverse, so you're moving, the masculine energies is now moving into the leadership. There's some ascension going on, we know that. Thunder, there's thunder to me when I see that. That's again divine intervention. That is the universe at play, moving things energetically too in your favor. There's the law. There's a balance and an order to things. There's a thing, okay, what you put out, you bring about. You know what they say, where your energy flows, your manifestation goes. It's a lot of those little principles and laws to life that say they're at play too as well, and you still have to be able to find ways to honor that as well. And justice is being served as well, and this is again with Jupiter in luck, like they said, and those things are making sure things are working in your favor. That's why I said about at the beginning that she's saying, and even the cards are even verifying that, is that again, we have justice. If it's something that again that you think you want justice in and you have not been served up until now, these are the times in your divine masculine energies is a time to stand up, say your piece, or say your side, or whatever that it is, a claim, or do your action and movement to get justice moving, and the universe will support you. So here's the card here that confirms that for you. Mamas, written communication. Again, that goes back to me like I emailing to confirm. Is there something, again, you need to get justice that has to be done through written communication? Understand that the universe is supporting you to do that. So if there's some kind of application that you got to write, or there's some text you got to write this person to get your justice, or there's, again, like I said, email that you need to do, anything that's written or text, like I said, I think I covered it all. So anything that's written, understand that even if you are this, writing down those affirmations, like I said, and writing it in a whole different way, using it, like I said, according to the chakras, not just the root chakra, but the other chakras, to get it moving. That would be a great thing too, again, because it's like they're saying, now write the vision, make it plain. They may run and not fail. So write those things down, and then also the universe will work in your favor to bring justice to it as well. Also, conquering your divine masculine, conquering emotions through conflict. Remember we said that earlier about the to dealing with the emotions earlier. So this one here is talking about also dealing with your emotions too, as well. I embrace my emotions. I knew I seen something in the feminine, and here comes the masculine energy saying again, conquer emotions through conflict. This one says embrace it in our feminine energies, and this one says our masculine energy says to again conquer it through conflict, which means the feminine is embracing, taking it in. That means going within and then seeing the things and then saying, okay, I'm finding a way how to become one with that. With the divine masculine energies, which is again outwardly, that means to have that conversation. If it's got to be a written communication to talk to somebody, or you got to, again, some of the written communication is going to turn into a verbal communication from you writing these things. So understand that it's got to be a conflict. Those of you all, and I used to be that way too as well, they kind of shy away for conflict. I really don't want to. I don't want to rock the boat. I just want it real easy. You know, I'm just real humble. Like, you know, I just make a way. I'm not going to rock the boat. And it's just saying right now in your masculine energies, again, to create that balance. One is to embrace the things that have to do with you, and the other things that when it's doing with other people, you're going to have to stand up and to deal with this conflict. This is what is Spirit is asking for you to do as far in that masculine energy, so you can be victorious or you can conquer what's going on. Let me see as far as there's any divine truth that maybe we don't know, but the Spirit would like to bring clear to us as far as we need to know, as far as the connection for us as twin flames, or this being divine. We kind of still got that art. Okay, I'll be honest, part of me was like, I don't want to, it's too long. Okay, so let's look and see what is it, and then we go into destiny. So they want us right now that maybe we don't know, is to deal with the heartbreak. Where's my heart? The wrong choices was made, and now they sit in the pain of losing you. Okay, so there's heartbreak, and this could go two ways. This could be heartbreak as far as you, and again, dealing with the things that have been done to you, and again, finding some kind of release in that, because that goes back again about these emotions as well. And so now you got to embrace that it happened. It's heartbreak, it happened. Yes, it was wrong, but understand that the universe has a way that they are dealing with that, you know, because I know even like something happened to me today on the job, and I felt like, you know, I kept on running over and over and over in my mind. And I said, you already know how this person operates. Just release it and understand you stand in your power and let the universe get them. This is what I'm getting with this. Even with the wrong choices that you have done, learn how to be able to sit with it, embrace it, deal with the conflict, and again, talk it out until it kind of moves its way out of your energy field. Okay, so that's that one. You, the divine truth they want you to deal with is, you make me feel alive, and I choose you without a doubt. My heart yearns for you. So again, this could be again from the connection point of view, you, or again, just to remind yourself, is the onus is that you are the one who makes your own self feel alive, and you without a doubt is again your own heart's desire. Get in alignment with that. Or again, if you want to say your person, this could also be a message for them to say that you make them feel alive, and without a doubt their heart is yearning for you. Okay, all talk. I know you are tired of hearing my excuses. All talk, no action. To me, that's another way, because remember, we mirror each other. So even we're talking about a connection of a person on the side, you also are tired of the parroting of you repeating everything everybody else is saying. You don't have your own original thing. This is why the Spirit and this energy with the Pisces is telling us to now stop, take a look, stop with this indecisiveness, and then really truly be able to stand in your power as to who you truly are identifying as, because there's so much excuses and talk going on, but there's been no action. Same thing as your person is that they probably have talked about trying to get back with you or making some changes, and then it's been all talk and no action. And that's something that they have to deal with. The choices that have to be made right now. I thought I had a baby behind me. Okay. Excuse me. The choices. So right now there's some choices that have to be made. A decision between love and fear. We fall in love by chance and stay by choice. So there's a choice that you have to make as far as the situation that you are currently in. The person that you're doing in the connection has got to make that choice too as well. Either they're going to get on the pot or get off of it, or to make whatever choices is. So we either fall in love by chance or we stay by choice. So again, whatever kind of situation and excuses that they're telling themselves to stay in whatever kind of situation they're in, that again, you've got to make a choice as to, are you going to align with your heart's desire? And that's the same thing for some of you all might be on a job and say, I really want to get rid of it, but I'm scared. But again, like they said, you've got to make a choice. Am I staying here because it's my choice, or I'm staying here because it's fear? Okay. Or am I staying here because I truly love to be here? If the answer is no, I'm not loving here or being loving, or I feel loved being here, then you have to make the choice. Okay. The next thing here is Knight in Armor. I want to show you what real love is. Protect your heart and show you an everlasting love. That goes back to the vulnerability too as well. And I told you about not opening up to everybody. So watch that too. The watcher, you are your own knight in shining armor. Okay. And once you get that, then your person is going to be able to stand in that energy and want to be your knight in shining armor in turn. Because again, it's saying protect your heart and show your everlasting love. So that is again what the universe is pushing for you to do right now. When we talk about the connection, here say style. I love the way you dress, smell, and carry yourself. It is so attractive. So to me right here, this is a message from your counterpart too as well about the style. Also, it could be also you looking at yourself in the mirror too as well and seeing that and say, oh my God, I'm just really loving the style that I'm showing, my uniqueness, and me showing up for myself. This is another way in which we are talking about just love of self. As well. So keep that in mind too as well. And then also we got 3D. I've been programmed to focus on tangible items, what is right in front of me. So that is something, again, now this is why this is coming, because of these Pisces energies and this moon rather that's coming in here to help us to not get so decisive and just focusing in on the 3D. I told you this is about the connection. Okay, yes, 3D, but I got to also stay connected to the 50, or again, what's on heaven as it is in earth, or as it is so below. So again, we've got to make those connections between those two to bring a balance to the two. And this is what they're saying about this thinking, because we got to do a new foundation that is based up what's for our highest good, and we have not been resonating in this. And this is what this again energies is helping us to rebrand ourselves to understand as far as what is truly us realigning ourselves and living from that place of highest good. Because clear, this energy is going to help us to understand through spirit we are destined to have adventures. Even in these branches, and I think about, we're talking about the playground experience and Kathy D is saying that she's like, this is not a journey, this is an adventure. Because when you say journey, that makes you feel like it's long and it's drawn. You're like, oh my God, and you're doing the Papa Smurf deal where they used to ask the Smurfs, you would say, how much further, Papa Smurf? And he would say, not much further. And they'll call it back again, how much further, Papa Smurf? And then he would say, not much further. And then somebody said, how much further, Papa Smurf? And he's like, we're here. So we don't want that kind of like feeling where all along we're asking. If it's a venture, you're having fun. You're not even worried about the markers and the landmarkers and things that you're seeing. If you're having a venture, you're having so much fun learning through the challenges and the triumphs and say, oh my God, I made it over this river. Oh my God, the bridge let out, but I made it to the other side. Oh my God, we got chased by this, and look at us, we still standing, we laughing and giggling, how that we got away from that. So again, if we're talking about the adventures, this is what, again, we're destined to look at, to be a new perspective in our branding, that we're having fun. Even when the challenges come, it is an adventure. And they said we're also destined for patience. There's that crane there, which represents the divine masculine. So in the divine masculine energies, understanding this thinking here, we're going to gain new patience about things, because we're understanding, like I said, we're not going to do the Papa Smurf thing, how much further. We understanding that everything goes with the territory, and we're learning as we're going along, and we're happy about the things that are happening and occurring, and we're creating that balance as we're going. And so through this actively waiting that we're doing for whatever it is to align and to come along, whether it's our person or the perfect job or the perfect marriage, or the perfect house, or wherever perfect location to move to, or whatever it is, all of these things, we are patient. And I see a bird here, which means we're ascending as well. And the crane here is known to do the dance, and it understands that it's a movement. And even when the cranes are mating and attracting their mate, or even if we say we're the crane and we're attracting, my heart chakra is attracting our good, there's this dance where it seems like we're going in opposite directions, but we're getting closer, and we're getting closer, and we're getting closer, and before you know it, we have connected. So we understand the dance. I think last time I did a reading was talking about the dance. So now we come to the point, we're understanding the dance, we're understanding the movement, we're understanding that we might mirror each other, we might understand that our thing might go in opposite directions, but understanding that we're still coming together, and that movement there is a sensibility, there is a method to the madness of the chaos of the dance and the actions in the directions that we are going. All right, then, this was kind of long, but this I felt with this energy that we had with the full moon, it had to be a little longer, because it had a lot of resonance and a lot of messages, because again, this is moving into the month of 9, and I've been directed that Spirit is saying that the numbers of the month is really, again, the leveling of what we are focusing in for that month. So now we're moving from 8, which is harmony and rebirth, and creating that rebirth there again. And we're moving into the number 9, which again could be also somebody who's saying that we're ending cycles. And in this ending cycles, and I know K Moon has talked about that, like if you had any kind of addictions or you're trying to do that, this is the energy to get rid of it now. Because the universe, again, is about that justice. If you're not getting justice by being addictive or being an overeater or overthinker or over that's not justice, then they're here, as we've seen from the cards, to support you, as they said, in this. So we have to understand that this 9 is the ending of cycles. This whole month of it is ending. So that could be the karmic cycles, the things, anything that, again, that has been, keeps reverberating and keeps you in that continuous looping cycle, or the hamster wheel, is now the universe is working. Again, like I said before, in one of the things, the universe throws out all these frequencies, again. And even when you're watching readings and people are saying, hey, it's out there, you know, these energies, whatever positivity things that they said, like, okay, you know, it's out there, you should be able to level up and get a new job there. You know, it's up to you to open yourself to receive that. And if you don't feel like you're ready for it, or again, your cellular whatever is not able to receive it, or like I've seen somebody saying your brain, a part of the brain is not ready to receive it and to manifest these things, it's not going to happen. And it's not because the reader was wrong, or it's not because, or your advisor is wrong, or the planets is wrong. It's because, again, you as a channel to receive that is not ready to receive the as they say, the Holy Spirit, or to receive the energies to create this manifestation to go on. So, you know, that's just a thing to say, hey, I'm opening myself up to the universe to be able to receive. I understand that I am a vehicle that can be able to house all of this good energies for change, and to become that thinking man in my divine masculine energies, to be able to see things clearly, so I can know what's my next steps that's going to put me in favor of my highest good. That is the affirmation you could be working on now with the full moon, and allow the universe to bring you justice and to make those things come true. Okay, as they say, so as above, so below. All right, so ashe, so it be. And as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and namago. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to this channel, and smash the notification bell. If you're new, thank you and welcome. If you're old, thank you for still rocking with me and being with me. Make sure that you do that, because that helps to put your energies into this channel, so that I can make sure that it's more intimate and more catered to you as we again connect to one another. All right, until next time, love you.